Captain Peter Young was handling reports at Central Intelligence HQ in London at the rate of 6 per minute. Information was phoned in, wired in, cabled in, jaunted in. The bombardment picture unfolded rapidly. Attack saturated North and South America region from 60 degrees to 120 degrees west longitude. Labrador to Alaska in north, Rio to Ecuador in south. Estimated 10%. Missiles penetrated interception screen. Estimated population loss 10 to 12 million. Thank God for jaunting, young Yeovil said, or the losses would have been 5 times that. All the same, it's close to a knockout. One more punch like that, and Tara's finished. He addressed this to the assistants jaunting in and out of his office, appearing and disappearing, dropping reports on his desk and chalking results and equations on the glass blackboard that covered one entire wall. Informality was the rule, and young Yeovil was surprised and suspicious when an assistant knocked on his door and entered with elaborate formality. What larceny now? He asked. Lady to see you, Yeo. Is this the time for comedy? Young Yeovil said in exasperated tones. He pointed to the Whitehead equation spelling disaster on the transparent blackboard. Read that and weep on the way out. Very special lady, Yeo. Your Venus from the Spanish Stairs. Who? What Venus? Your Congo Venus. Oh, that one. Young Yeovil hesitated. Send her in. You'll interview her in private, of course. Of course nothing. There's a war on. Keep those reports coming, but tip everybody to switch to secret speech if they have to talk to me. Robin Winsberry entered the office, still wearing the torn white evening gown. She had jaunted immediately from New York to London without bothering to change. Her face was stained but lovely. Young Yeovil gave her a split-second inspection and realized that his first appreciation of her had not been mistaken. Robin returned the inspection, and her eyes dilated. But you're the cook from the Spanish Stairs, Angelo Poggi! As an intelligence officer, young Yeovil was prepared to deal with this crisis. Not a cook, madam. I haven't had time to change back to my usual fascinating self. Please sit here. Miss Winsberry. Robin Winsberry. Charmed. I'm Captain Young Yeovil. How nice of you to come and see me, Miss Winsberry. You've saved me a long, hard search. But I don't understand. What were you doing on the Spanish Stairs? Why were you hunting? Young Yeovil saw that her lips weren't moving. Ah, you're a telepath, Miss Winsberry. How is that possible? I thought I knew every telepath in the system. I'm not a full telepath. I'm a telesend. I can only send, not receive. Which, of course, makes you worthless to the world, I see. Young Yeovil cocked a sympathetic eye at her. What a dirty trick, Miss Winsberry, to be saddled with all the disadvantage of telepathy, and be deprived of all the advantages. I do sympathize, believe me. Bless him. He's the first ever to realize it without being told. Careful, Miss Winsberry, I'm receiving you. Now, about the Spanish Stairs. He paused, listening intently to her agitated telesending. Why was he hunting me? Alien Bellic. Oh, God, will they hurt me? Cut and information? My dear girl, young Yeovil said gently. He took her hands and held them sympathetically. Listen to me a moment. You're alarmed over nothing. Apparently, you're an alien belligerent, yes? She nodded. That's unfortunate, but we won't worry about it now. About intelligence cutting and slicing information out of people, that's all propaganda. Propaganda? We're not maladroits, Miss Winsberry. We know how to extract information without being medieval. But we spread the legend to soften people up in advance, so to speak. Is that true? He's lying. It's a trick. It's true, Miss Winsberry. I do finesse, but there's no need now. Not when you're evidently come of your own free will to offer information. He's too adroit, too quick. You sound as though you've been badly tricked recently, Miss Winsberry. Badly burned. I have. God, I have. By myself, mostly. I'm a fool. A hateful fool. Never a fool, Miss Winsberry, and never hateful. I don't know what's happened to shatter your opinion of yourself, but I hope to restore it. So, you've been deceived, have you? By yourself, mostly? We all do that. But you've been helped by someone. Who? I'm betraying him. Then don't tell me. But I've got to find my mother and sisters. I can't trust them anymore. I've got to do it myself. Robin took a deep breath. "I want to tell you about a man named Gulliver Foyle." Young Yeovil at once got down to business. "Is it true he arrived by railroad?" Olivia Prestine asked. "In a locomotive and observation car? What wonderful audacity!" "Yes, he's a remarkable young man," Prestine answered. He stood, iron-gray and iron-hard, in the reception hall of his home, alone with his daughter. He was guarding honor and life while he waited for servants and staff to return from their panic-stricken jaunt to safety. He chattered imperturbably with Olivia, never once permitting her to realize their grave danger. "Father, I'm exhausted." "It's been a trying night, my dear, but please don't retire yet." "Why not?" Prestine refrained from telling her that she would be safer with him. "I'm lonely, Olivia. We'll take a few minutes." "I did a daring thing, Father. I watched the attack from the garden." "My dear! Alone?" "No, with 4 Mile." A heavy pounding began to shake the front door, which Prestine had closed. "What's that?" "Looters," Prestine answered calmly. "Don't be alarmed, Olivia. They won't get in." He stepped to a table on which he had laid out an assortment of weapons as neatly as a game of patience. "There's no danger, my love." He tried to distract her. "You were telling me about 4 Mile?" "Oh, yes. We watched together, describing the bombing to each other." "Unchaperoned?" "That wasn't discreet, Olivia." I know. I behaved disgracefully. He seemed so big, so sure of himself, that I gave him the Lady Hauteur treatment. You remember Miss Post, my governess, who was so dignified and aloof that I called her Lady Hauteur? I acted like Miss Post. He was furious, Father. That's why he came looking for me in the garden." "And you permitted him to remain? I'm shocked, dear." "I am, too. I think I was half out of my mind with excitement. What's he like, Father? Tell me. What's he look like to you?" "He is big. Tall, very dark, rather enigmatic, like a Borgia. He seems to alternate between assurance and savagery." "Ah, he is savage, then. I could see it myself. He glows with danger. Most people just shimmer. He looks like a lightning bolt. It's terribly fascinating." "My dear," Prestine remonstrated gently, "unmarried females are too modest to talk like that. It would displease me, my love, if you were to form a romantic attachment for a parvenu like 4 Mile of Ceres." The Prestine staff jaunted into the reception hall. Cooks, waitresses, footmen, pages, coachmen, valets, maids. All were shaken and hangdog after their flight from death. "You have deserted your post. It will be remembered," Prestine said coldly. "My safety and honor are again in your hands. Guard them, Lady Olivia, and I will retire." He took his daughter's arm and led her up the stairs, savagely protective of his ice-pure princess. "Blood and money," Prestine murmured. "What, Father?" "I am thinking about a family vice, Olivia. I was thanking the deity that you have not inherited it." "What vice is that?" "There's no need for you to know. It's one that 4 Mile shares." "Ah, he's wicked? I knew it. Like a Borgia, you said? A wicked Borgia with black eyes and lines in his face. That must account for the pattern." "Pattern, my dear?" "Yes, I can see a strange pattern over his face. Not the usual electricity of nerve and muscle, something laid over it. It fascinated me from the beginning." "What sort of pattern do you mean?" "Fantastic, wonderfully evil. I can't describe it. Give me something to write with. I'll show you." They stopped before a 600-year-old Chippendale cabinet. Prestine took out a silver-mounted slab of crystal and handed it to Olivia. She touched it with her fingertip. A black dot appeared. She moved her finger, and the dot elongated into a line. With quick strokes she sketched the hideous swirls and blazons of a devil mask.